He dined among forests of the dying and signed his name Dracula. This is the true story of Vlad the Impaler, the man who became a legend, a tyrant, and eventually a vampire myth. In the winter of 1431, in the Transylvanian town of Sighișoara, a child was born into a world already soaked in blood. His name was Vlad III, but history would remember him by something far darker. He was born the second legitimate son of Vlad II Dracula, ruler of Wallachia, a small principality trapped between two rising superpowers, the Kingdom of Hungary to the north and the expanding Ottoman Empire to the south. From birth, Vlad was surrounded by war, betrayal, and shifting alliances. And in that world, mercy was weakness. Vlad's father had joined a chivalric order known as the Order of the Dragon. In Romanian, Dracul could mean dragon, but over time it also came to mean devil. So when Vlad III signed his name Dracula, it literally meant son of Dracul, son of the dragon, or son of the devil. The name stuck. Centuries later, that name would echo through Gothic fiction and horror. But long before Bram Stoker's Dracula, there was a real man behind it. When Vlad was just a boy, everything changed. In 1442, his father was forced to pledge loyalty to the Ottoman Sultan, Murad II. To guarantee that loyalty, young Vlad and his younger brother Radu were taken as political hostages. They were sent to the Ottoman court, a place of strict discipline, military training, and psychological pressure. Here, Vlad witnessed brutality firsthand. Executions, torture, political manipulation. Some historians believe this period hardened him. Others suggest it broke something inside him. While Radu adapted and even befriended future Sultan Mehmed II, Vlad never forgot that he was there against his will. He absorbed their military strategies, and he nurtured a cold, simmering resentment. In 1447, Vlad's father and older brother were assassinated by Wallachian nobles with Hungarian backing. Vlad was only a teenager. He returned home to claim his throne. But Wallachia was chaos. Factions, rival claimants, constant interference from Hungary and the Ottomans. Vlad's first reign in 1448 lasted only weeks before he was forced into exile. It would take him years to reclaim power. But when he did, he would rule with iron. In 1456, Vlad seized the Wallachian throne again. This time, he came prepared. His goal was simple: absolute authority. Wallachian nobles, known as boyars, had betrayed his family before, so Vlad invited many of them to a grand Easter feast. They ate, they drank, they celebrated. Then he had them arrested. The older nobles were impaled on stakes. The younger ones were forced into brutal labor, building one of his most important achievements, Pânari Castle. This was Vlad's message to Wallachia. Betrayal would not be tolerated. Impaling was not invented by Vlad, but he perfected it as psychological warfare. Victims were skewered through the body with wooden stakes, sometimes through the abdomen, sometimes through the chest. The stake was carefully positioned to avoid vital organs, prolonging agony for hours, even days. Vlad believed fear was a weapon, and it worked. Merchants, thieves, invading soldiers all feared crossing him. There are stories, possibly exaggerated, of forests of 20,000 impaled Ottoman soldiers left outside Târgoviște. When Sultan Mehmed II saw it, he reportedly turned back. Whether fully accurate or not, the message was clear. Vlad ruled through terror. In 1462, Vlad launched one of his most daring operations. Facing a massive Ottoman army led by Mehmed II himself, the conqueror of Constantinople, Vlad knew he couldn't win in open battle. So he used guerrilla tactics. He poisoned wells, he burned crops, he retreated strategically. Then came the night attack at Targovishte. Under cover of darkness, Vlad's forces infiltrated the Ottoman camp, aiming to assassinate Mehmed himself. They nearly succeeded. Chaos erupted in the darkness. Though Vlad missed the Sultan, the psychological blow was massive. It showed he was fearless, unpredictable, willing to fight giants. Vlad wasn't only brutality, he centralized power in Wallachia. He cracked down on corruption. He strengthened trade routes and enforced strict laws. There's a famous story of a golden cup placed in a public square. Anyone could drink from it. No one dared steal it. Whether legend or truth, it reflects how tightly controlled crime became under his rule. He aimed to build a strong, independent Wallachia, free from foreign domination, in a region constantly squeezed between empires. That was no small feat. In late 1462, political tides turned. Hungary's king, Matthias Corvinus, arrested Vlad, accusing him of treason. He spent around 12 years imprisoned. During captivity, his reputation in Europe grew. German pamphlets spread horrifying tales of his cruelty. Some were propaganda, some were likely true. By the time he was released in 1474, his name was infamous. He briefly regained the throne in 1476. But that same year, Vlad was killed in battle. His body was allegedly decapitated, his head sent to the Ottomans as proof of his death. He was around 45 years old. In Western Europe, Vlad became a villain, a sadistic tyrant. But in Romania, many view him differently. To some, he was a national hero, a defender of Christianity, a ruler who resisted Ottoman domination. His harsh methods were seen as necessary in a brutal age. History often depends on who tells the story. Was Vlad excessively cruel? Undoubtedly. Was 15th century Europe filled with brutality? Also yes. He wasn't an anomaly. He was a product of a violent world. Centuries later, in 1897, author Bram Stoker published a novel titled Dracula. Stoker borrowed the name from historical records, but his vampire count had little in common with the real Vlad. The fictional Dracula was undead, charming, supernatural. The historical Vlad was human, political, strategic. But the name, Son of the Dragon,